Hey everyone, Retire on Dividends here. Finally making the first video for the Dividend Car series. So let me just tell you how we got here. So we haven't had car payments for years and years and years. I never planned on having another car payment again. However, recently my older car needed the frame fixed, which cost more than the car was worth. So before that, I was putting thousands and thousands of dollars for other things. So I had to make a decision to get rid of it. So we decided to trade it in. In the end, my wife always had wanted a minivan. So we finally pulled the trigger. We traded in my old car, got the minivan. I took my my wife's old car. So the minivan cost us about $20,000 or so, right? So we had to make a decision. It's either I take that money from my brokerage account, which it's the one that you guys are familiar with. We call it the Retire Now account, which would certainly slow down my early retirement. Or another option was just take out a loan and pay the car payments from the normal paycheck day in and day out. And then another option was close my wife's 401k out because she doesn't work. She's not employed with that employer anymore. And, take a lump sum and just pay it in cash. And so that was another option. And there was one more option. And this is the option we chose. And I said, okay, instead of paying it off in full, let's close out the 401k and let's take that and we'll move it from right now. She still has it in the 401k, even though she's not employed with them. We moved it to an individual brokerage account. So why did I do that? Because I said, you know what? Instead of, that money, what is it about? It's about $40,000 or so dollars. Instead of, just taking a chunk and pay it in full, why not invest it and have the dividends pay it off? And then, so what we'll do is we'll take, essentially all of that money, not invest it right away, but invest what you need to and make enough so that not only do you pay the car payment every month, but we start working on an actual income source that pays us directly. So what do I mean by that? So what I did is basically, so the car payment, it's $399 a month approximately. We'll just say $400, right? So what did I need to do? I needed to calculate how much Misty, because I decided to go with Misty. By the way, the reason is their implied volatility on MSTR is just uncomparable. It's just done so well. And plus, MSTR pretty much rolls with crypto. And if they actually turn it into a decent company that makes money, this thing could really take off. Right now, it's a shitty company that doesn't really earn money, but it doesn't matter because their balance sheet is filled with Bitcoin. So MSTY, which sells, calls on MSTR, is making a killing. So I decided, you know what? I want a piece of that. So what did I do? I bought a shitload of MSTY. At the time, I bought about 1,000 shares for the month of September. Let me freeze these panes. So I bought $1,000, and at the time, I thought that would be enough to get paid, and it was, because we got a really, really good payment. So right now, I'm making a monthly goal of, the first month I decided, okay, let's just make it $1,400. Why $1,400? Because I thought it would give me enough to, not only pay the car payment, not only give us a monthly paycheck of $500 directly into our bank account, but also have some money to reinvest. So when I invested that money, I bought Misty at my cost basis was $24.12 at the time. Of course, Misty is now at $22.80, but those 1,000 shares paid me a distribution of $1,854, okay? So I took that $1,854, and what did I do? Well, luckily, this account is with Fidelity, and Fidelity individual brokerage works just like a bank account. So I automatically set up the car payment to come out of the account It's due on the 6th. It comes out on the 3rd. So $400 goes directly to the car payment on the 3rd of every single month. On top of that, $500 comes directly out of the Fidelity account, goes right into our bank account. So that's $900 that's gone. So outside of that, based on the distribution of $1,800, guess what? I had an extra $954 that I can reinvest. So I was able to reinvest 51% of the payment, which is amazing. And that's just the first month. But yeah, the downside is, here is the car payment, right? They're charging me interest. I had to pay approximately $134 in interest. However, obviously I made an extra $954. So you got to figure, this interest rate is 8.74%, which, by the way, was the best possible rate we can get because we do have good credit. Well, pretty much almost perfect credit. But it doesn't matter. This is truly the lowest rate you can get, and it's fine because guess who pays a really, really good freaking yield? My yield on cost was 92% this month, so I'll gladly pay an 8% car loan if I'll pay it monthly. They can hold the debt, and I'll pay them what they need, and I'll make money with the rest. So as of, again, September, I essentially put up $24,000 for the 1,000 shares, and I made $1,800, and I reinvested $954. It doesn't mean I necessarily reinvested. It just means it went back into cash because I did not put all that money to work right away. And the reason is, I'll tell you right now, it's because my average sucked. So what did I do? So far, I'm preparing for the month of October, right? Month of October, I'm increasing the monthly goal up $100 every month. So the monthly goal is I want to make at least $1,500. If I make at least $1,500, then that would leave me $600 to reinvest, which is good. However, I bought an additional 400 shares so far, and my cost basis is now $22.86. And look at Misty price, $22.80. Misty price was much lower, but it did catch up. So I am almost dead even with Misty, which is great. And I did have to put up $32,000 for that. However, I now have 1,400 shares, so my next distribution, depending on what they pay, could really, really be a nice payment. And again, when I get that payment, we're going to get $500. Again, this is just monthly income that's just going to go directly to the bank account. Car payment's going to get paid automatically on the 3rd, $400. And then guess what? I get to keep the rest and reinvest whatever the rest is. And then I'm just going to repeat this over and over and over. And then when the car payment is eventually paid off, then I don't have to worry about the stupid 400, and I can automatically take that 400 and put that into the bank account too. That's the good part. Also, my plan is, see that monthly income goal, column E? When I hit 2,000, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the monthly paycheck to 1,000. So I'm going to reward us 1,000 a month. Because again, the reason you invest in to begin with is to make money. I want to enjoy the money now. I want me, myself, and the family, the kids, all of us to take advantage of this income. It's not just to reinvest. What about the now, right? We got to live for the now. So that's why I started small with 500, and I'm going to take baby steps. Of course, if Bitcoin crashes, it's going to be a little hard, but I do have a strategy for that. I'm kind of building some additional holdings to help support this strategy. Right now, it's Misty heavy, so I'm relying really, really heavily on Misty to do this. How much Misty will I buy? There's really no cap. I'm just going to keep it going. If I can average down, I'll average down. What I've been doing is buying 100 at a time. Obviously, it's a decent amount of money each time, about 2,200 or 2,000 to 2,200 a pop. So eventually, I'm going to run out of money. However, I did apply for margin, so I do now have margin as well. So if needed, I will buy some with margin, and so be it. So that's the strategy. And again, this is a 5.5-year car loan approximately. So I'm not going to obviously take that long. Right now I'm paying $400 a month towards the car. The question is, and I did this payoff calc, the interest, the first month of interest used a 27-day calculation. I'm not sure if I should use 30 on the others, but assuming, whatever, if it's still just 27-day, I'm showing this will be paid off with a $400 car payment in January of 2030, okay? So I'm going to have to make a decision to pay, a little more each month. So I'm going to flip this to 500 at some point. When, I don't know. Probably maybe when I hit that 2,000 mark, I'll flip the income, to be, $1,000, and I'll flip the car payment to be 500, right? So if I do that, let's just say if I did it now, even if I did 500 now, instead of January 2030, the car will be paid off in November of 28, which obviously is much, much better. So I need to consider, making higher payments sooner than later. But again, it's a lot to think about. Right now, I'm in no rush. Obviously, I hate debt. I hate car debt. But it's a kind of a different feeling when you don't even see it, right? The brokerage is doing the work. The brokerage is paying the car payment. Misty is paying the car payment. It's a dividend car, basically, because the dividends are paying the car. And in fact, the dividends are paying us an income. And eventually, this is just going to help build up. And our monthly paycheck, I'm going to go from 500 to 1,000, then 1,500, then 2,000. And then hopefully, enough that'll help us retire early. Will help me retire early. But yeah, so that's the dividend car plan. I know I've been talking about it for a while, and many of you will probably say, "Oh, how could you ever, withdraw from your 401k? You take a 10% penalty." So I was told by Fidelity that I only have to take the 10% penalty on the non-contributions, because it was a Roth. It was a Roth 401k. So Roth contributions in an IRA are not penalized. However, for a Roth 401k, I have read otherwise. But when I did ask the Fidelity rep, he did say that you should not get penalized. I don't know if I necessarily believe it, but we'll find out on tax season. But regardless, I don't even care. Just give me the frickin' money now. Charge me the frickin' 10%, but at least I get to use the money now, right? It's bad enough my 401k, which is really what we're relying on anyway at retirement, should I have to work that long. But again, I'm not planning on waiting that long in order to retire. I plan on retiring at 50 or 45, 50 years old, but not waiting till 59 and a half. But regardless, if I had to wait, then it's going to be enough. But so cashing her 401k out is not necessarily, it was never really counted as part of our retirement anyway. So I don't really care. So we'll take the 10% hit. We'll have the money now and see what we're doing. We're having fun. We're making money. We're getting paid. We're paying cars off. We're doing it all. But yeah, is this risky? Abso-freaking-lutely. But honestly, I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap anymore. I'm playing the game. I'm investing like crazy lately, and I'm just producing income left and right from various accounts. So we'll see how it goes. It could be a disaster. Obviously, as soon as I started, Misty took a dump, and it was kind of rough because I lost I was down like $6,000 in a week, and then I gained it all back. And you can see my cost basis is right there. Why did I gain it all back? Because I averaged down. I didn't worry. I kept buying and buying and buying, and I lowered my cost basis, and then eventually Misty recovered, and here we are. So far so good. I'll keep you guys updated. Every month, maybe. I don't know. Every 2 months, maybe. We shall see. But I think it's. I'm very excited about it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, the additional tab. This is what I was talking about before. So I got to be honest, and you guys are going to think this is stupid. My Retire Now account, I don't want any weeklies in there. I don't want any weekly payers in there because it's super annoying to track. Because I don't give a damn about getting paid weekly. But this is an account that's actually going to pay us income. So I'm okay, plus I'm not tracking it to death. So I'm okay with this account having all of the weekly payers. So I sold out all of my Round Hill from the Retire Now account, and I started a position in the, the new Fidelity account. 30 shares each, nothing crazy. So not too much money, about $4,000 in total. I do plan on putting the Defiance funds in here as well, and I am debating YieldMax or YMAG. So I will have, all of those weeklies would essentially be my backup to Misty, which would help it, pay the car payment, pay us our monthly income, and help reinvest and keep reinvesting. So we'll see how that plays out. Because again, I'm not going to keep buying Misty if I don't have to. Especially if it's above my cost basis, I'm not buying Misty at all. I'm just going to let my Misty do its thing, right? If Misty goes back to 30, I definitely am not buying it. And I'm just going to wait and watch. And I'll buy these, right? I'd rather average up on these than Misty. But I don't want to average up on anything, to be honest. But we'll see how things will, because I'm up on Round Hill a lot, actually. RDTE, I'm killing it already. But I wish I would have bought more. But yeah, so that's the plan with the Dividend car account. Again, the plan is use Misty to pay the car and pay us monthly income and also reinvest. And then buy weekly paying funds. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be weekly, but it turns out that it worked out that way. So buy these weekly paying funds and have them as backup support to put cash into the account as needed. And obviously apply for margin, which I did, and margin is also backup to use as needed, which I don't plan on using, but it's there. Guess what? It's there. You don't get charged interest if you don't use it. So if I use it, so be it. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think about the Dividend car account. Do you think I'm nuts, or do you think this is a good idea? Because again, I've been wanting to actually take advantage of using the income, and it was eventually going to be from my Retire Now account, but this kind of offered the opportunity. I said, you know what the hell? So that's why I decided to, take the 401k money and then use it from here. And guess what? How am I going to pay the penalty? I'll take it from this account if I need to. It's not a big deal. All right. After that, it's done. Right. Then we have the cash. But yeah, so that's really all I got. As always, it's clearly this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. If not, you can check back next month. Hopefully I'll have an update either, after the October distribution is announced. It's going to be a little later, of course, but it will be for the month of October. So I'll still count it for the month of October. Even though the car payment and the monthly paycheck do hit the account earlier, it doesn't matter because, the account will have the funds regardless. But again, the goal is I'm going to calculate and always make sure that the Misty payment, supports above and beyond the car payment and the monthly paycheck. But obviously I'm going to increase the monthly goal as time goes on. And then, hopefully, the account can support it as I continue to buy more and more shares, not only of Misty, but the additional options we spoke of. So we'll see how it goes. I could get my ass kicked, lose a lot of money, or I could do well, and it'll be all worth it. We shall see. I don't know. Like I said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting the like button. And if you want to make an opinion on this content, on this decision that I did, let me know in the comments down below. All right, guys? By the way, update to my video this morning. I'm getting a lot of bad feedback about Coney because people are so pissed that I'm discontinuing Coney. Some people think it's because I'm lazy. I mean, guys, let's be realistic. I'm not even going to go there. But anyway, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to cover Coney via the holdings. I'm going to cover AMZ via the holdings. But I'm still going to cover the other three, NVIDIA, Tesla, and Misty. Like the normal process. I'm just going to do Coney differently. All right. So the Coney coverage will not be completely canceled. It will be covered just on an as-at holdings basis, which will be daily. And again, I'm adding AMZ as a little bonus. And the reason I can do that is basically it's a lot more simple. I can use formulas and click a few buttons every morning and then have it updated. Versus, what I do with the daily trades, it's very involved because I do it manually. And the reason I do it manually is because I want to see every single trade. I don't want to automate it. If I automate it, I won't feel it, right? I need to feel the trades to understand, to give you the feel and the feedback in my opinion. So again, if I was to drop any other one, I know the feedback would be negative. So I can't win. I understand it. So people, I see them, they're unsubscribing because I'm not covering Coney. But again, I am covering Coney, but to a lesser extent. But yeah, bear with me, guys. If you left, you left. So be it. But I just wanted to give you guys that update because I assume the people that watch this video probably watch my daily videos as well. But the people that left, they're probably gone anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, you'll see the new thumbnail. In the bigger icons will be the daily trades, and then very small icon for Coney and AMZ. But anyway, guys, let me go. I'm sweating my ass off in the garage. This is the first video of the series Dividend Car. It is truly a dividend car. It needs the bumper sticker for dividend car. So yeah, although it's a dividend van, but that doesn't sound as good. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Later.